Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to explain CSS properties, which are essential styling concepts for modern web tech development. CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets, and it plays a very important role in making websites visually attractive, readable, and responsive. Without CSS, web pages would look very plain, only text and basic structure. In this presentation, we will cover CSS basics, types of CSS, colors and units, text and font properties, box model, display and positioning, flag box and grid layouts. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how CSS controls layout and design. CSS basics. CSS or cascading style sheets is the language used to style HTML content. It controls things like colors, fonts, spacing, layout, and positioning. The main purpose of CSS is to separate content from design. HTML is used to structure content, while CSS is used to design it. This separation makes websites easier to maintain, more flexible, and easier to update. For example, if we want to change the color or layout of a whole website, we can do it using CSS without touching HTML content. Uh, Types of CSS: inline, internal, and external. There are three main types of CSS. First is inline CSS. Inline CSS is written directly inside an HTML element using the style attribute. It is mostly used for quick testing or unique styles, but it is not recommended for large projects. Second is internal CSS. Internal CSS is written inside a style tag in the head section of an HTML file. It is useful when we want to style a single web page only. Third and the most important is the external CSS. External CSS is written in a separate .css file and linked to HTML. This is the best practice because code is reusable, design is consistent, and maintenance becomes easy. Most professional websites use external CSS. Basic CSS syntax. Now let's understand the basic syntax of CSS. CSS follows this structure: selector, property, and then value. The selector selects the HTML element we want to style. The property defines what we want to change, like color or font size. The value specifies how we want it to look. For example, if we want to change the text color to red, we use a color property. Multiple properties can be written inside one selector separated by semicolons. This simple syntax is the foundation of all CSS styling. Colors and units. Colors and units are the very important in CSS because they help us to create consistent and responsive designs. Colors decide how attractive a website looks, while units decide how elements resize on different screens. CSS provides multiple color formats and unit types, each with its own use case. Let's first understand color formats. CSS supports several color formats. First are named colors like red, blue, and green. They are simple and easy to use but offer a limited range. Second is hexadecimal color format, written as RRGGBV. It provides a wide range of colors and is commonly used in real projects. Third is RGB format, written as RGB. value range from 0 to 255. This is also RGBA, where A stands for alpha, used for transparency. Fourth is HSL, which stands for hue, saturation and lightness. It is very intuitive and useful for when adjusting colors dynamically. Each format helps developers design visually balanced websites. Now let's talk about CSS units. Pixels are absolute units. They give fixed sizes and are useful for precise UI elements. Percentage is relative to the parent element. It helps create flexible layouts. RAM is relative to the root HTML font size. It ensures consistency and accessibility. M is relative to the parent's element font size, and it is useful but can compound if not handled carefully. Viewport units VH and VW are based on screen size. They are perfect for full screen layouts. Using the right unit is very important for responsive design. Font properties. Font properties control how text looks on a web page. Font family defines a typeface. Always provide fallback fonts for compatibility. Font size controls text size and use absolute or relative units. Font weight controls thickness from light to bold. Font style is used for italic or oblique text. Font variant allows small caps styling. Line height controls spacing between lines, improving readability. Typography directly affects user experience, so it must be chosen carefully. Now, best practices for typography. Good typography improves readability. Always limit font families to 2 or 3. Use WebSafe or Google Fonts. Prefer RAM for scalability. Maintain proper line height. Readable text keeps users engaged and improves accessibility. Text properties. CSS provides many text properties. Text align controls alignment. Text decoration adds, underline or removes default styles. Text transform changes case. Text indent indents the first line. Later spacing adjusts space between characters. Line height improves readability. Text show adds visual depth. These properties help create clean and professional text layouts. The display property controls how elements appear. Block elements take full width. Inline elements flow with text. Inline block allows width and height. None hides elements completely. And flex and grid are modern layout systems. CSS box model. Every HTML element follows the CSS box model. It consists of a content padding, border and margin. Padding creates space inside, margin creates space outside, and border surrounded content. Understanding this helps avoid layout issues. By default, CSS uses content box where padding and border add extra size. Using border box includes padding and the border inside width and height. This makes layout easier and predictable. Most developers prefer box sizing box border box. Background and border properties. Background properties control colors and images. Border properties define element boundaries. Shorten properties save time and make code clean. These are widely used in cards, buttons, and sections. The next is positioning. CSS positioning controls placement. Static is default. Relative moves from original position. Absolute position relative to parent. Fixed stays on screen and sticky sticks on scroll. Each type is useful in different UI scenarios. Flagbox. Flagbox is a one-dimensional layout system. It makes alignment easy using flags direction, justify content, align items, and flags wrap. Flagbox is perfect for navigation bars and responsive layouts. Grid layout. Grid is a two-dimensional layout system. It handles rows and columns together. It is best for complex page layouts like dashboards. Grid offers precise control over placement. And now the last slide is of key takeaways. Mastering CSS essentials. To conclude, CSS controls design and layout, display, box model, positioning, flexbox, and grid are core concepts. Mastering this makes you a strong front-end developer. Thank you for watching this video.